What if a mysterious face, bigger than a football field, was staring up at the sky from one of the most remote deserts on Earth, and almost no one knew it existed? Discovered by curious explorers using Google Earth, this enormous face etched into the dry desert hills of Peru raises more questions than answers. Is it an ancient geoglyph lost to time, a modern hoax, or something far stranger, possibly connected to ancient aliens, forgotten civilizations, or sacred rituals? Today, we dive deep into one of the strangest hidden satellite finds ever recorded, one that still leaves archaeologists and internet sleuths scratching their heads. The image first gained attention from a group of Reddit users who shared odd satellite finds under obscure coordinates. When someone dropped coordinates pointing to the Peruvian Andes, no one expected to find a perfectly symmetrical face carved into the earth. The face appeared so detailed, from the brow line to the nose and lips, that it looked sculpted, but there was no official record of it in archaeological databases. This wasn't the Nazca lines, which are well documented and heavily studied. This face was different, secluded, unmarked, and eerily human-like. Located near the foothills of the Andes, this terrain is so remote that even locals weren't aware of any facial figure carved into the land. Was it a result of natural erosion? Pareidolia, a trick of the brain that sees patterns where none exist? Or could it be something that predates history itself? Some claim the face resembles a giant mask, possibly a deity worshipped by ancient Andean cultures long before the Inca Empire. Others believe it's a forgotten geoglyph, like the Nazca lines, etched into the desert to be seen only from the sky, perhaps for the gods, not for humans. The resemblance to a human face is almost too perfect. Symmetrical eyes, a defined nose ridge, even what seems to be a headdress or crown structure around the forehead. Skeptics quickly pointed out that the image might just be pareidolia, the same phenomenon that causes people to see faces in clouds or the surface of Mars. But others countered that pareidolia doesn't typically generate such precise features at this scale, features that remain consistent from multiple viewing angles and elevations. Could it be an intentional creation by an unknown pre-Columbian civilization? Or perhaps a form of sacred land art that escaped archaeological detection for centuries? One popular fringe theory claims the face was a form of ancient extraterrestrial communication, just like the Nazca lines are often interpreted in alien conspiracy circles. Though mainstream scholars dismiss such claims, they admit the face's symmetry and isolation are certainly unusual and merit further study. The exact coordinates of the desert face are approximately 14°41 and in 30.40 S, 75°7 Luis, 45.80 W, tucked deep in the southern Peruvian coastal desert near the town of Palpa. This region is already known for hosting mysterious geoglyphs that span hundreds of feet, some older than the Nazca lines. But the face lies several miles away from these documented sites, etched into a slope that catches shadows in a very specific way during certain hours of positioned to reveal the image only when viewed from above and only under particular lighting. Some investigators noted that the face even points west toward the Pacific Ocean. Was that a coincidence? Or could it have had spiritual or navigational significance? Adding to the mystery, attempts to explore the site on foot have yielded surprisingly little. On the ground, the face becomes almost invisible, just hills and rock. This suggests that it wasn't meant to be seen from eye level, but from the sky, begging the question, who was it made for? While many remain skeptical, the geography surrounding the face only deepens the enigma. No roads lead to it, and there are no signs of excavation or recent human activity in the area. It's as if this giant face in the sand was made for no one, or for someone not from this earth. After the coordinates were posted on Reddit and later shared on YouTube and Google Earth forums, the image quickly went viral among conspiracy theorists and curious explorers. Some called it the Andean Sentinel, while others dubbed it the Watcher in the Sand. Videos exploring the coordinates received millions of views, but mainstream media never picked up the story. To this day, very few official outlets have reported on it. Despite the buzz, very few professional researchers have actually investigated the face in person. It remains in a kind of mystery limbo, too obscure for serious archaeology, but too strange to ignore. A few Peruvian researchers have weighed in online, suggesting the formation might be partially natural, enhanced either by erosion or perhaps even ancient farming terraces. But these explanations don't account for the near-perfect facial symmetry, something not easily achieved through erosion alone. Digital artists and modelers have recreated the terrain in 3D to test if the features hold up. The results were startling. From the correct angles, the face is unmistakable. From the ground, nothing. That led some to speculate that the face might be a byproduct of large-scale erosion combined with ancient construction, perhaps long forgotten and repurposed by nature. Others, especially those in the UFO and ancient astronaut communities, claim it's more evidence that someone, or something, was watching the Earth from above. Yet, without on-site excavations or carbon dating, no one can determine if this structure is 500 years old or 5,000, or whether it's a natural fluke. The face remains in a gray zone of digital myth. It exists. You can see it, but no one knows exactly what it is, or why it was made. One of the strangest aspects of the enormous desert face is how little it's discussed outside fringe communities. There are no UNESCO records, no tourism mentions, and no signs, plaques, or preservation efforts on the ground. That silence has led some to suspect intentional suppression. Why wouldn't local archaeologists want to study something so striking, something that could rival the Nazca lines? One theory is that the face isn't ancient at all, but modern. Possibly an art installation or geoengineering experiment that was never publicized. Yet, if that's the case, no artist or group has ever come forward to claim responsibility. Another possibility is military or geological research. The Andes and surrounding deserts have long been used for covert testing, and some speculate that the face might have been carved unintentionally during landmapping operations. Still, there's no evidence of machinery tracks or tool marks around the site, just wind, sand, and silence. Some believe the reason no one talks about it is psychological. If the face is real and intentionally made, it raises uncomfortable questions. Who made it? When? For what purpose? In an age dominated by data and surveillance, it's unsettling to find something so large, so detailed, and so unknown. It reminds us how little we truly know about Earth's past, and even our present. The face doesn't fit neatly into any narrative. It's not sacred enough to be protected, not strange enough for scientists, and not loud enough to be viral. And so, like a ghost, it lingers, etched in the earth, seen only by satellites and the few who know where to look. So what do we make of the enormous desert face in Peru? A coincidence of erosion? A masterpiece by an ancient, forgotten civilization? Or a message meant for someone far above the clouds? Not everything on this planet fits our textbooks. Some things escape explanation, not because they're fake or fringe, but because we simply haven't asked the right questions yet. We are used to thinking of the world as fully mapped, that with satellites and AI, there's nothing left to uncover. But this face proves otherwise. It proves there are still mysteries sitting in plain sight, unchanged for decades, maybe centuries, waiting for curious minds to notice them. And whether it was made by ancient humans, aliens, or nature itself, it's a powerful reminder of how little we really know about this planet's full story. If you want to see the face for yourself, just go to Google Earth and enter these coordinates. 14 degree 41, store 30.40 S, 75 degree 7, 45.80. W, zoom in. Look closely. Then ask yourself, are you looking at a natural formation or a message from the past? Because sometimes the Earth speaks, but only if you're paying attention.